It was a moment that left the internet in shock. Kendrick Lamar, renowned for his carefully chosen words, took a direct shot not only at Drake, but also at his supporters. With a line that ignited outrage, discussions, memes, and essays, Kendrick was unrestrained. Looking directly into the camera during a freestyle session, he declared, "Drake's fans? Just as dumb as he is." With that one precise statement, he didn't just intensify his long-standing rivalry with the Sixth God. He set off a cultural explosion that extended well beyond the realm of hip-hop. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. The timing was clearly intentional. Just weeks after Drake released The Heart Part 6, in a bid to reclaim his lyrical dominance following Kendrick's Not Like Us and Euphoria, Kendrick responded not with a full song, but with a freestyle performed live during a pop-up event in Compton. It was raw and unfiltered, no beat, just Lamar's calm yet sharp voice. And within that intense delivery was the line that had everyone buzzing. "You follow a fraud, you echo his frauds. Y'all as dumb as he is. Birds of a feather, flocking to gimmicks." People were not only taken aback by the insult, but also by its target. It wasn't just Drake, it was his fans, the very individuals who support him. Those who stream his music, defend him online, purchase his merchandise, and tattoo his lyrics on their bodies. Kendrick didn't just challenge the king, he went after the entire kingdom. But why take it that far? To grasp the significance of this moment, you need to look back. The rivalry between Kendrick and Drake didn't emerge suddenly. It was a long-standing Cold War that had heated up over the years, marked by jabs, subliminal messages, mutual disdain, and two contrasting visions of what hip-hop should embody. Drake excels in accessibility. His music is melodic, emotional, and perfect for social media captions. He has built a global empire on themes of heartbreak, confidence, and mood. In contrast, Kendrick is the intellectual warrior. Each verse serves as a thesis, and every album reads like a novel. While Drake seeks love, Kendrick demands respect. Their paths intersected repeatedly through songs, charts, and interviews, but never in this manner. Never with such blatant, unapologetic disdain. Kendrick didn't just label Drake a fraud. He accused his millions of fans of being too superficial to recognize the truth. Regardless of your stance, it's clear that this is a risky territory to tread. Fans have evolved beyond mere listeners. They are now like armies, online warriors. In today's stan culture, attacking a fan base is akin to waging war on an entire nation. Yet Kendrick stood firm, which added to the unsettling nature of his comments. This wasn't a casual jab, it was intentional, cold, and precise. In the aftermath, Drake's fans retaliated fiercely. Twitter exploded with hashtag DrakeHive memes, and TikTok was inundated with videos ridiculing Kendrick's style, his beats, and his fashion choices. One caption read, "At least Drake loves his fans," while another claimed, "Kendrick fans read too much and still don't get the beat." It was chaotic, emotional, and loud. However, amidst the turmoil, Kendrick's message resonated. Love him or hate him, one thing is undeniable. Kendrick has always been fixated on truth, not popularity, sales, or trends, but truth itself. In his view, Drake embodies everything that is wrong with the culture: superficial emotions, a manufactured persona, and music driven by algorithms. He perceives Drake's followers as complicit in the dilution of hip-hop's essence. This is a daring position, and it's not a new one. In his Control verse, Kendrick sent shockwaves through the rap scene by directly calling out his peers, urging them to elevate their game. But this time, he directed his challenge at the audience, which is a significant shift. It prompts uncomfortable questions. What type of listener are you? Are you seeking depth or mere distraction? Are you pursuing truth or just good vibes? Kendrick's insult aimed not only to hurt but to provoke thought. He sought to distinguish between fans who passively enjoy music and those who actively engage with it, between those who appreciate art and those who settle for mere entertainment. Some might label this perspective as elitist or condescending, and perhaps it is. However, Kendrick isn't focused on being liked. He wants to disrupt the status quo. The backlash was significant, with journalists chiming in, podcasts analyzing every word, and academics penning opinion pieces. One cultural critic remarked that Kendrick Lamar's comments about Drake's fans highlight the widening gap between conscious and commercial rap, along with the classism that can accompany it. Others came to Kendrick's defense, with a hip-hop historian stating, "Kendrick is doing what all great artists do, challenging the audience. If that offends you, maybe you're the one he's addressing." Meanwhile, Drake chose to remain silent about the dumb remark, opting instead to share a cryptic photo of himself smiling, captioned, "Wise enough to let fools talk." This was classic Drake, cool and composed, allowing the internet to interpret his message. However, behind the scenes, sources close to both sides indicated that tensions were rising. Label executives were reportedly concerned, sponsors felt uneasy, and even longtime collaborators were taking sides. With a single sentence, Kendrick did more than just diss Drake's fans. He issued a challenge to the culture itself. The real issue wasn't about intelligence, but about awareness. Do Drake's fans understand how their choices in music consumption influence the culture? Are they conscious of the effects of supporting music that prioritizes algorithmic success over meaningful content? Or are they, in Kendrick's words, simply following a fraud without question? It's a tough question, but it's not a new one. Artists like Nas, Mos Def, and even Tupac have previously questioned the intelligence of fans who supported certain styles of rap. The difference now is that Kendrick is doing this in 2025, a time when fans don't just listen to music, they build their identities around it. Calling fans foolish isn't just an insult, it's a deeper statement about existence. Perhaps that's the intention behind it. Maybe Kendrick was fully aware of his actions and aimed to distance the casual listener, prompting them to reflect on their identity as a fan. Kendrick's music has never been universally appealing. He himself acknowledged this in The Heart Part 5 when he said, "I am all of us," highlighting a collective struggle and shared trauma that truly connects genuine listeners. If someone doesn't grasp this, he's fine with it. In fact, this might be what makes him a formidable artist. While many musicians focus on building their brands, Kendrick is focused on creating a legacy that doesn't cater to the masses. His work demands self-reflection, discomfort, and accountability. When he remarked that Drake's fans are just as dumb as he is, it wasn't merely a petty jab, it was a statement. He was essentially saying, if you don't understand my motivations, perhaps you were never meant to. This distinction sets him apart from his contemporaries. In a landscape where most artists seek validation, Kendrick challenges listeners to walk away. The rivalry with Drake may continue, with more songs and drama to follow, but this particular moment, this insult, will resonate because it transcends mere music, it's about conviction. What do you stand for as a fan? What do you expect from your artists? Are you listening with your ears or your ego? Kendrick isn't concerned about whether you stream or share his music, he cares about whether you truly understand him. If that comes off as arrogance, perhaps we've all become too accustomed to artists who don't challenge us. Maybe what we need is someone who isn't afraid to call us out. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.